And that's about that as regarding applying certain styles and effects to your blog. So the same way you apply the settings and the styles to your paragraph, but you can also do the same for the other blocks that is inside your post editor. So for instance, we have the image blocks, we have the heading blocks, we have the button blocks and the like. So if you want to say, let's say you want to add styles and effects to the image block, so all you have to do is click on the image block, then navigate to the block settings there. So when you click on navigate to the block settings, then you can now scroll down to see the settings and the styles that are available for it. So for instance, we have default, that is the default image, and we have the round. So when you click on round image, it's going to make your image to be rounded. So you can see that it's now rounded, and if you click here, it's going to make it to look like square. So if you want to click on rounded, you can make it rounded, or click on default. So you can also align your image. So let's say you want to align it to the center, so you click on the option there and align it to the center. So it's going to be aligned to the center. You can add link to it and the like. So if you want to make it rounded, so you can click on rounded. And we also have the default style here. So the default style here is the same thing as the one that we chose to do now, that is whether you want it default or rounded. So let me just leave it as rounded, and then we'll progress. So the other settings that you can find there is the alternate text. So the alternate text is actually best for SEO and for people that are for accessibility options. So when you write an alternative text, which is the alt text, so let's say this picture is a picture of a coffee and a smartphone, so you can just write smartphone and coffee side by side coffee. So if you use this alternate text when you are loading the image of your article, or when you are loading the image inside the article, or the web is unable to load the image, so it's going to display this text so that it can show that this is the picture that is trying to be here. So it's better to always include an alt text whenever you are including an image in your article. This is not only best for search engine optimization, but it's also best for accessibility option. So the other settings that we have for the image block is you have the image size. So you can either make it medium, you can either make it thumbnail, or you can either make it full size. So you can also decide to give it a custom, so let's say 840 or 540. So you can decide to give it a custom width and a custom height. So, and you can also use there 100%, 75, 50, 25 and the like. So there are different ways that you can actually resize your image. So that's for resizing your image, and that is the settings that are actually available for the image block. So the same things also apply for the other tab. So you can also do the same. If you want to apply settings to your button, you click on button, and then you see the rounded, or the outline, or the fill. So the outline or the fill, as you can see, the fill actually have it is filled, but the outline means it's going to have a transparent background. So you can do that. You can make your font size to be smaller, you can make it to be regular, you can make it to be larger, you can make it to be default. So you can also decide to add border settings to E. So the border setting is simply the border radius to make it rounded or square. So you can either do this to make your border settings to be rounded. So you can do this to make your, and you can also apply color to your pro. So you can add color to it. You can add different color to your button. So you can also add a background color and the likes. So you can add a background color and the like. So depending on what you want. So you can also like include the width. You want to make it 25, you want to make it 50, 75, 25 and the likes percent. So that's all about that. You can once you are done with the necessary settings, now you can update it. And after you update it, so let's see how our post looks like now. So this is now how our post looks like. So we have the custom paragraph text, we have the custom image, and we also have a custom button right here.